Today I'm going to be teaching you the Anaconda Dribble. Personally, it is one of my favorite moves to do. Not only because it is a little bit more advanced, but it's also one of the biggest cardistry moves. So grab yourself a deck of cards and let's get into it. And if you want more cardistry tutorials just like this, then make sure to subscribe. To be able to do the Anaconda Dribble, first you just have to be able to start with the regular dribble. Come over with your right hand, your right thumb is going to contact this bottom short edge all the way to the left side, just like this. Your index is going to come across the top here, where the right side of your index at the very top is going to lean flat up against this top of the left long edge, and your other three fingers are going to be across the top short edge at more of an angle. So they won't be straight, they'll be a little bit like this. The other thing is the deck won't be like this, it'll be beveled a little bit to the side. So all around your right hand grip should look like this. Now when catching a dribble, you're not just going to catch it in an open hand like this, you're going to move your pinky up so that way it has somewhere to land and the cards don't go everywhere. The other thing that you're going to do beside riffling off with your thumb is you're going to apply pressure down with your index finger to be able to give it that bend. And make sure to have a firm grip with these three as well. And once you can do this riffling motion pretty smoothly, try it with your left hand as well. Now at the start, go really close, because if you start any higher than this, the cards are going to go everywhere. And if you're practicing a move over a hardwood floor or something, then make sure to put down a carpet or a blanket or anything that's soft, because it'll make your cards much easier to pick up. So first get into your grip, move your pinky over, and try dribbling just into your hand. Eventually you should be able to get to the height where it's one hand's length above your hand. And once you got to that point, now we're going to make it even bigger, because now we're going to be moving our right hand up and our bottom hand down at the same time. But first you need to know the motion of the cards is going to be different this time, because last time the cards went from here straight down. This time it'll be at the top, it'll come all the way down, go straight down, then land. And it's this bottom edge that'll actually hit your hand instead of the whole card at the same time. So at this point, aim gets really important, because when you're dribbling, you want to make sure that bottom edge is hitting your pinky immediately. This is where aim is going to get really important, and there's going to have to be a lot of practice. So at the start, instead of just doing it like this where neither hand moves, now when you do it, your left hand's going to go down and your right hand's going to go up. Another tip for when you're doing this is actually where you're looking at the cards. Don't look at the cards at the top where they're falling, look at where they're landing instead. Because this riffling motion you should be able to do without looking at it. Making sure they're all caught could be a little bit more difficult. Another thing is to make sure you're riffling off one card at a time, so the faster you're going to riffle, the easier it's going to be. In a newer deck that has not been exposed to heat or humidity is going to be extremely helpful for this move. Because any old deck that's been weathered is going to clump up, which is going to be better for packet cuts, but not for a move like Anaconda, because every card needs to be moving extremely separate from one another. Another thing you'll want to look out for is the bend in the cards, because if the cards are bent this way, then you'll actually want to flip the deck over. This actually helps for two reasons. First is that it should help reset your deck, that way it's more straight in the way it should be coming out of the deck, so it doesn't have that bend in it. But two, because you're putting that bend in it, it would normally go from straight to bent that way. Because there's already a natural bend in it this way, it'll go from bent to straight, which should make it easier when doing the Anaconda Dribble. Half of this video has been talking about the actual move itself, and the other half has been talking about the cards that you use and tips. And honestly, some decks of cards just look better and are built for moves like this, and others are not. And if you want to pick up this deck of playing cards right now, you can check it out in the description and popping up here for 10% off. Just use code CardPerfectMagician. And if you're wanting to get into cardistry, then I would highly recommend checking out the entire cardistry playlist, which is right here. Subscribe for more videos. I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is CPM, signing off.